back on the Morning Brew with Friends with Mark Pino, the musical director, Musical Theater Southwest actor, and you are also in the new show Clue. Yes. Now this is something, this sounds really a lot of fun, because it's Clue like the board game.
Exactly.
But not quite like the board game.
It's a larger than life board game. I mean, it's basically, we've taken these characters that, you know, these iconic characters from the game, Colonel Mustard, Miss Scarlet, Mr. Green, Professor Plum, and taken them, basically made this oversized game board and set, and we all kind of get to play this game inside the game. It's really fun.
And the audience gets to play along with you guys, though.
Absolutely. Actually, they're the biggest part of the show, the biggest component. Most theater shows, or a lot of theater shows, don't really break the fourth wall,
right,
you know, as you would, but we get to do that. We get to play with the audience, interact with them. The suspects are trying to get them to choose them as the murderer. My job as the sort of narrator or game show host is to bring the audience into the game. So they select the cards in the beginning. They're able to play along with playing
they select
forms.
like how does that work?
So we have oversized Clue cards.
Just like the kind I had when I was a kid. Like
exactly.
The candlestick and Mr. Whatever
exactly
in the library.
Like that. And when you come see the show, they look identical to what we played as a kid, you know.
Cool.
And so there's the cards for the suspects, for the weapons, for the rooms, and 3 volunteers come up at the start of the show and each choose one of those cards.
Cool.
And that goes into an envelope that sits above the set the entire time.
And then the set is super cool. There's what it looks like. And is that the, where's the library and where's the...
So, you know, the kitchen's down here, and then it's ballroom, conservatory, billiard room, study, library, lounge, and dining room.
So do you have knives and guns and candlesticks?
We have the revolver, the candlestick, the rope, the lead pipe, the wrench, the knife, the whole thing. And they're huge and
oversized.
They look identical to, you know, the pipe is got the little bend in the pipe like in the game board. I mean, it's
cool.
Fantastic.
That's cool.
Yeah, we're a bunch of kids just having a really good time.
And at the end of the show, the idea is, because you actually adapt the show to what the cards were picked, right?
Exactly. So my job is to deliver the clues after every scene and sort of help the audience by saying, you know, these 2 weapons were in this scene, maybe remember one of them.
Oh.
These 2 suspects just sang this song, as you'll see, and, you know, maybe one of them possibly did it. So they have the playing forms and they can sort of eliminate based on my clues, and hopefully at the end of the game, they've come up with the same, you know,
they figured out who done it.
Exactly.
Very cool. And we actually have Mr. Green and Miss Scarlet with us this morning. 2 of the actors that are in the show, because it is a musical too.
It is, absolutely.
And you guys have a song for us.
We sure do.
Right. Yep. So what song is this?
Everyday Devices.
And is this one of the whodunit songs?
Well, this is the one that Mr. Green and Miss Scarlet sing together when we realized that we can use anything to be a murder weapon.
Oh.
So Everyday Devices is our duet.
Excellent. Well, why don't you take it away, guys?
Thank you.
It was very selfish when he executed his intention,
making us the object of his dangerous invention.
But we lost nonetheless, perhaps we must address a little retribution. Methods, means, and execution are the strategies that count a lot.
Acting with efficiency will guarantee we don't get caught. But we lost nonetheless, perhaps we must address a little retribution. Everyday devices have enterprising uses when they're in the right hands. But for the wrong reasons, delightfully delicious, these dangerous abuses when they're in the right hands. But for the wrong reasons, if we were to really do it, any household item would be good enough to fight it.
Just as long as I'm with you, any grisly gadget would most definitely do. We could whip him.
With an egg beat off.
Yeah, then maybe we could whack him.
With a weed eater.
Let's string him up, string him up.
With a telephone cord.
We could flatten him with an ironing board.
Everyday device. devices have enterprising uses when they're in the right hands, but for the wrong reasons, delightfully delicious. These dangerous abuses when they're in the right hands, but for the wrong reasons. If we were to really do it, any household item would be good enough to fight 'em. Just as long as I'm with you, any grisly gadget would most definitely do.
Oh, it's great. This seems like a fun show.
It's great.
And so songs like this give up the audience little clues as to who done it, where, and with what.
Exactly. And the hymn they're talking about is what I failed to mention before, is in addition to sort of manipulating the characters and narrating the show for the audience, is that I'm Mr. Body. I get killed at the end of Act 1.
No spoilers.
So, oh, right, sorry. Yeah, and then, and I still come back in Act 2 to sort of help things along. But then there's a character of the detective who comes in Act 2 to try to solve the mystery. And the detective is basically who would be playing the game.
Okay.
So the ambassador for the audience, let's say, or for the players of the game. So
excellent.
Yeah, it's a blast. We're having a blast.
Very cool. The show's been up for a couple of weeks now. It's playing through May 1st, and it is at Musical Theater Southwest, which is at 6320 Domingo. And tickets are $22 for seniors and students, and 20 for students. And yeah. Drop MTS a line. Should be a fun show.
Absolutely, it's a blast.
Sounds like a good date night show.
Yeah, great, absolutely. And it's not a crazy long show. A lot of theater shows sometimes can be long. It's a nice, short and sweet, fun time. So
sounds great. We'll be back in a couple of seconds in the Morning Brew with friends.